Hey, Garrett Godfrey here. I wanted to make sure you knew about some active crowdfunding campaigns and pre-orders that are going on right now. The first is Stephen McNeill. He's got a campaign on Kickstarter right now for Centerpiece Volume 3. He's done a whole series of albums called Centerpiece, this being the third volume, on the life of the church. This third one is about the theme that when we are saved by Jesus, we're saved into community. And that's the point of this album. The music's beautiful. It's more than just an indie folk acoustic kind of thing. It's not straight on just singer-songwriter. It's definitely got more pop elements, but it's not like CCM like you would hear on the radio. So head over to Kickstarter and check out the Stephen McNeill Centerpiece project to find out more about that. The second one I want to make sure you know about is Daniel Wheat. He's got 2 EPs for Departure and Arrival. His album back in 2022, The In Between, was one of my favorite of the year. His is more straight ahead singer-songwriter, maybe a little bit of a country influence. Be sure to check his out. The third is Jacob Goins. He's got a Kickstarter campaign for an album that'll be mostly instrumental music. Be sure to check that out. And then the fourth is Olwen Ringrose. She's a UK singer-songwriter with an album called Paper Thin, and that's going to be on love and loss and life. Be sure to check out her campaign, Olwen Ringrose. Mikey Powell is also from the UK, worship leader, with an album called the Snowball Chronicles Volume 2. It's a really bizarre title for a worship album. He goes into why in the campaign video. It's definitely worth checking out over on Kickstarter. Wilder Adkins, he's definitely more of a straight Americana sort of artist. He's got a campaign for a lullaby album, though. It's a pre-order over at Bandcamp titled All Throughout the Day. You should check that out. Robert Vaughn and the Shadows had an album out back in the 90s called Song from the Riverhouse that was out very briefly. They pulled it because they thought they'd get major label release, and then that never happened. So it was out for a bit, and then it disappeared. And it's getting the full reissue treatment right now for a reissue on red vinyl with extra tracks over on Indiegogo. So search for Robert Vaughn and the Shadows. The Choir and the 77s are doing a pre-order for a split 7-inch, 45 RPM, where the Choir covers a 77 song, the 77s cover a song by the Choir. That's going to be on full color vinyl and, well, full color, on color vinyl with a full color cover. So that pre-order is out right now. Manafest, the rap rocker from Canada, he's got a pre-order for an album called Learning to Be Human that's going on right now. Christafari, Christian Reggae, have a Indiegogo campaign for an album titled The Prophet that will also help fund an upcoming mission trip to Japan. Mike Knott, if you're a fan of Michael Knott, you know he passed away earlier this year. There was a tribute album in April in SoCal. The Prayer Chain have issued a Kickstarter campaign to raise funds to have that properly edited and treated to be put up on YouTube. That campaign is already fully funded, but it still is open right now. Any extra funds will go to support Stormy, Michael's daughter. So you can still add to that if you'd like. And then I've got 3 GoFundMes. The first is Micah Bournes. You might know him from his work with Common Hymnal. He's got a GoFundMe for 2 albums on the theme of romantic love. John James, the old vocalist for the Newsboys, hasn't been doing music for 25 years, but now suddenly he's inspired to put out a new album, and he's doing a GoFundMe to fund that. And then third is PFR. They were like CCM darlings for a while. Just fantastic Beatlesque music, just really top-notch quality pop. And then they kind of disappeared. Well, they got back together as a band, done some shows. They really miss making music. And so they have launched a GoFundMe for an album titled Target and the Arrow. If you want to know about all of these things and you want to find out about them as soon as I find out about them, head over to theotherccm.com/newsletter, and you can sign up for the free weekly email newsletter. You can find out about these each time. Tomorrow, Sunday, will be another episode, and in that issue, I will be letting you know a heads up that Catherine Perry is coming out with a campaign soon. I'll have the pre-save link so that you can be notified when that goes live. But for all these, check out theotherccm.com/newsletter. Once again, remember, great music doesn't just happen, so get involved.